Section 13.
Details, yeah.
I'm not going to give you it, and I've got a good reason.
Yeah, I do.
Right, okay. So, alright, you're going to have to arrest me because
okay.
I'm not going.
When the badge turns silent, the body cam speaks. Citizen rights violated.
This episode is brought to you by Autistic Audits, so make sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this video, Autistic Audits is standing on a public pavement and filming a building, doing nothing hidden or illegal. Police officers approach him already claiming he has committed a crime, but none of them can explain what law he has broken. They don't mention any legislation or legal section, only make unclear accusations with misplaced confidence.
We had a report of somebody acting suspiciously, matching the description down at the industrial estate just off of Bodwell Road.
Suspiciously?
Yeah.
That's not a crime, is it?
Well, they've obviously asked us to come and make sure everything's okay. Apparently the person was filming in their windows.
That actually wouldn't be against the law, would it, either, because it's in a public place?
Well, it depends on what they were doing. Obviously, that's why we're not accusing you of a crime. We're just here to basically see what was happening.
Yeah.
Are you filming for any purpose? Was it yourself?
I can't sort of confirm that because it's my first time I've been here, so I wouldn't actually know.
Right. Have you been filming in people's windows today?
I wouldn't say windows specifically, but I have been filming.
Okay, right. Was it in about the grounds at the business park, just kind of behind these buildings?
Again, it's really difficult for me to confirm, honestly, because it's the first time I've been here.
Right.
But
okay.
I have been filming around and I've been quite pleasant to people.
Okay, sure.
And I haven't broken any laws, I promise you that.
If you're not, then that's fair enough. Do you mind me asking why you were filming? Like, was there a reason behind it?
Just sort of public interest.
This is where the whole encounter starts off badly. The officers say they were called because he was acting suspiciously, but the only thing he was doing was filming an industrial estate from a public pavement. That is not a crime, and on its own, it is not suspicious. It's simply an activity, not an offense. Autistic Audits calmly explains that he has been polite, hasn't approached anyone, and hasn't broken any laws. That should have ended the interaction. A report from the public does not change the law or turn legal behavior into a crime just because someone felt uneasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you aware of kind of what's housed in that building down there? The one that you were filming right now?
Again,
I appreciate this.
again, that you've put me there, and I'm saying I don't know whether I was there or whether I wasn't there because I've never been to Hamilton before. Right, okay. And I've been here, there and everywhere, and I'm quite confused as to where I actually have. So you keep saying that I was there, and what I'm doing down there, and as far as I'm concerned, I haven't committed any crime.
The reason I say yourself is the description has been passed, has matched yourself to a T, and the fact of age.
Right, but you've still not described the criminal offence to me.
I'm not saying there is a criminal offence.
Right, then, so what we're talking about
is that we're currently investigating something. Someone's reported somebody filming in their windows in a suspicious manner that they believe they may have been there to commit a crime.
Right, so what crime was that then?
Well, that's why we're here to try and find out what's happened to see if there has been a crime committed.
No, absolutely not. There's no crime. I wouldn't commit a crime.
We don't know that until we spoke to everybody involved.
Yeah, well, that's it.
That's obviously why we're doing that.
This exchange clearly shows how baseless the stop really is. Autistic Audits does what anyone should do and asks a simple legal question. What crime are you accusing me of? The officer quickly backtracks and admits he never actually said there was a crime. That contradiction is important. You can't question someone on suspicion of a crime while also admitting that no offense has been claimed. It shows the real problem. The officer isn't investigating anything specific, he's fishing. The repeated questions aren't to clear up an offense, but to apply pressure and see if something can be turned into one later.
You said this is the first time that you've been in Hamilton. I take it you don't live locally?
No, not locally, no.
Okay. Is there a kind of reason that you've travelled to Hamilton today? Is it just to film, or?
Do I have to answer these questions? Because I don't think. No, I don't think that I do, unless that you're going to detain me or whatever. Because this is not turning out very nice.
Right. I'm not sure if you're aware of what happened in terms of like it's going mostly for us to investigate the crime.
Right.
No longer kind of detain people in relation to kind of.
Right, then I don't want to ask. I don't want to answer any more questions because I think I've reassured you enough. Right. That you haven't actually described. a crime to me, and I haven't committed a crime. So therefore, I've answered your questions, and I'm going to go now because you said I've not been detained.
Well,
okay.
I'm not saying you're not detained. What I'm saying is that we're still trying
Right.
to gather.
Am I being
details
detained?
just
If
now.
I'm being detained, tell me. If not, I'm going.
As explained to you, it's
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
That's what I'm trying to explain.
Right. I'm going then. Then tell me. Then tell me that I'm being detained.
You're not being detained. That's
Right. Then I'm going then.
This is the moment the officers trap themselves with their own words. They keep questioning him, but when he asks the key question, "Am I being detained?" they say no. That answer is crucial. If he is not detained and no offense has been named, then the interaction is voluntary. From that point on, continuing to question him is not an investigation. It is persistence without any legal authority. He is not being difficult by disengaging. He is simply responding logically to the situation they themselves have created. Either they must clearly state a lawful power or let him go. Their failure to do either shows this is not evidence-based policing.
Then I don't need to stop. By law, I do not need to stop. I don't need to stop.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
That would be assault, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't be assault, no, because I'm
It would
allowed
be.
to actually stop you. All right.
But I'm not detained. I don't need to
So you're not
stop.
listening, though, that's what we're trying
No,
to
you're not listening. I don't need to stop because I'm not being detained. You just said I'm not being detained, so I'm free to leave.
Doesn't being
I'm
detained
free to leave.
You're not free
I'm
to
free to leave. Then I'm being detained.
To you. Okay. What we're trying to do just now is establish that
Then
there's been a crime committed. Okay.
Know that you're trying to detain me
I'm not.
without detaining me.
At all. No.
You are.
I'm not.
You are. So what section of law have you got me to stand here now for? What is it?
As I'm explaining, that's what I'm trying
Which
to
section of law?
Well, all right. At this moment in time, there's been a report to us that somebody
Which
may have been-
section of law?
Again, so that's what I'm trying to explain
What's
to you. when you're speaking
what's the
over top
crime?
of me. All right. This is
No,
crime
it's-
is section 57 that someone's been
57?
with the
What
purpose
is?
that they may have been there to commit theft.
57 what is?
All right.
What's 57?
I'll explain everything to you. I don't mind.
No,
That's
what
the
is
problem.
section 57?
It's that somebody may be there within the curtilage of a building with the intention of committing a crime, as in theft.
But
All right.
What really stands out is how the officers try to justify what they're doing without ever linking it to anything solid. Saying we're establishing whether a crime has been committed isn't a proper process. It's an admission that they don't actually know. Policing isn't supposed to work backwards, where someone's freedom is put on hold while officers try to find a reason for it later. Then the mention of Section 57 completely exposes the lack of understanding. Section 57 doesn't give police any powers at all. It simply defines what terrorism means under the Terrorism Act. It doesn't allow stops, detention, or surrounding someone. The fact that an officer brings it up and then can't explain how it applies shows this wasn't a memory slip, it was a guess.
has anything been reported as stolen?
No, not stolen yet.
So
but
nothing,
it's not theft.
nothing's been stolen.
Crime isn't theft, sir. All right. That's
So what
I'm
is the
trying to
crime?
explain to you.
What is the crime?
The crime is that somebody may be in the curtilage of that area with the intention to commit theft. All right, and that's.
And
what
do you
the
believe
report
that?
is. At this moment in time, I don't have enough information to believe or disbelieve it. But what's been reported to me is that someone's been.
Right, well, I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that.
Well, that's
All
why-
I can say is that I've been filming,
Yep.
right, and that's not sort of suspicious because it's a lawful activity.
And that's why we
Okay, and I've only been in a publicly accessible place with no signs around or anything like that.
Right.
So I've not committed any offences, and I have no
But
criminal
even if it is
intent
a public
whatsoever.
place, even if it is a public place, all right, that crime can still be committed, and that's why I'm explaining.
But it's not though, because there has been no crime, because I haven't committed a crime.
Such times as we investigate.
You're saying that you have suspicion,
Yeah, someone
Right.
has phoned us to say that they're suspicious of that.
right? But suspicion is not a crime.
This is where the reasoning completely falls apart. The officer suddenly shifts to theft, but when asked the obvious question, has anything actually been stolen, he has to admit that nothing has, so the claim changes again. Now it's no longer about theft, but about the idea that someone might intend to commit a crime. That isn't proper policing. Autistic Audit sums it up perfectly. Suspicion is not a crime, and that's why this argument fails. Officers are meant to deal with suspicion lawfully, not treat it as guilt. You can't surround, restrict, or escalate a situation just because you feel uncomfortable about what someone might do.
And I haven't done anything. But I haven't done anything.
Alright.
So what grounds have you got then to hold me now?
Well, that's why we were speaking.
What grounds have you got? Just tell me your grounds.
Because you're potentially
Just-
a suspect of a crime.
Potentially a suspect of a
That's
crime.
why we were speaking to
That's
you,
not been
to find out
committed
more details.
because nothing has actually happened. They've just said that there's somebody, filming.
We understand people don't usually go in and film in people's windows, so it arouses people's suspicions. It's not something that everybody does every day. I appreciate there may be valid
People don't
reasons
play
for it.
football every day, but it's a
do,
lawful
yeah.
experience.
They do play
Well, not
football,
everybody
yeah.
plays football, do they? Not
Understand
everybody
that.
plays rugby, not everybody goes bungee
How
jumping.
often do people come and film in your windows? I can't imagine very regularly.
No,
Right, so that's
I wouldn't go filming in anybody else's personal windows either.
Well, that's
So
why
I think
most
that
people
you're...
have been concerned.
No, I don't think so.
Well, they have. That's
Because-
I'm telling you, they have.
What, in
It's not-
somebody's house?
No, I'm telling you, those people have been concerned that you're filming in the windows of that business premises.
Then it's not a criminal offence. I'm
Not
sorry,
you're right,
you are
filming-
not.
You're right,
You are
filming in
not.
somebody's window
You've not
isn't.
described anything which is a criminal offence to me.
This is where everything completely falls apart. When she's asked for her grounds, she says, "You're potentially a suspect of a crime." That line alone shows she doesn't understand her own powers. You don't become a suspect just because an officer is unsure, and you can't have grounds based on something that hasn't happened. Policing doesn't work on potential suspects of potential crimes. Grounds have to be based on real facts, actions, or evidence that already exists, not on a guess about something someone might do in the future.
Well, I have explained the reason for
No,
it.
you haven't.
Alright.
You have not described a criminal offence or the grounds, and you've detained me. You stopped me from leaving.
Yep.
Right. So then that you've detained me, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, so that's what I was trying to explain to you. It's not that I've detained to you, alright?
You have detained. Right, I'm free to leave then, am I? I'm free
No,
to
you're not.
leave.
That's
Look at
not
you, so
right.
I'm not free to leave.
No, because
so
under
you've
Section
detained
13
me
of the
then.
Criminal Procedure Scotland Act, I'm going to require you to
Section
provide me your
13.
details, yeah?
I'm not going to give you it, and I've got a good reason.
Yeah, I do.
Right,
Uh-huh.
okay.
At this
So,
time, you've
all right,
been
you're going to have to arrest me
Right,
because
okay.
I'm not going.
Just pop this down for me so I can place some handcuffs on you.
It ends with him being arrested even though there is no lawful reason for it. That is the moment poor policing turns into a legal problem. Officers can argue about suspicion, but once they make an arrest they cannot justify, it stops being opinion and becomes evidence. When someone later asks him how it's going, he simply replies, "ongoing," which is the only update he has shared. This is one of those encounters that doesn't need exaggeration because the facts speak for themselves. The officers start with nothing concrete, build suspicion through conversation, and then escalate when that suspicion never turns into an actual offense. Questions are used instead of proper grounds. Authority is used instead of law, and pressure replaces clear reasoning. That is how someone ends up arrested without officers ever clearly explaining why. Once it crossed into an unlawful arrest, it stopped being a debate and became a legal issue. This is what happens when assumptions replace proper justification. It may seem controlled in the moment, but it doesn't hold up afterward.